All right, beautiful shot from our Storm Smart Sky Cam. This is out at the Pink Shell of Fort Myers Beach. Another gorgeous day across the area. Another record tying day in one city here in Southwest Florida. That would be Naples. 86, tying the old record set back in 1989. So these record-breaking temperatures continue. But we do see some cooler weather on the horizon. It looks like we're going to see a weather pattern change beginning really this weekend, but certainly by next week is when you'll notice it. Temperatures will be getting cooler. How does highs in the 60s sound? Well, it looks like that will be making its way back into the area here by next week. Looks like Tuesday, Wednesday time frame is our next opportunity for some of that cooler weather. Besides that, we had a couple of showers that popped up this afternoon. Most of them were in Collier County. A little bit of rain over in the Golden Gate area. These quickly moved off towards the west and dissipated. And it's not out of the question we could see a couple more of these pop up, but it does look like we will be staying mainly dry here for this evening. Mid-70s inland, still near 80 degrees though. Golden Gate and Naples, Golden Gate, I should say, and Bonita Springs right now at 81. Near 80 though, down towards Naples at 79. Tonight's forecast looks good. This evening we'll be in the 70s. We have partly cloudy skies overnight tonight. Temperatures into the 60s. I do think fog will be a problem for your morning commute tomorrow. And then again for Thursday night into Friday morning as we track again those there's a cold front's going to be moving into the area by Friday, and that should eliminate the fog issue. But that's going to be the start of the cooler weather that's going to be moving into the region. But until then, I don't really expect things to change much. Front still just off to our north. This is where all the rain is, and this is basically separating the warmer, more humid air from the cooler air just off to the north. And eventually this high that's been so warm and so strong lately is going to start breaking down. You can see it's pretty much sprawled all the way across the Gulf Coast and out towards the western Atlantic and the Caribbean. This will eventually get suppressed and pushed southward. The upper level pattern will show you this. Notice what's going on now. Here's your ridge of high pressure. Watch what happens as we go into next week. We're going to start to see this ridge get squashed by the end of the week, and then by next week, it's going to get replaced by a trough of low pressure. All the warmer weather, though, will be shifting out to the west. So by next Tuesday, so around this time next week, we'll start to see some of that cooler weather filtering into the region. And the updated Climate Prediction Center temperature outlook, below average temperatures from the 20th to the 24th, and that's going to continue likely through the end of the month as this pattern is going to be locked in place for a little while. Speaking of that fog, looks like we'll have some issues with that overnight tonight. Some patchy areas with visibilities down about a half mile. And then I think even thicker as we go into Wednesday night, Thursday morning. But by Friday morning, things should get a little better. And then by the weekend, we won't have any fog issues at all with that front moving through the area. 64 tonight. We'll call it mild. Areas of fog late, so watch out for that. 84 for your high tomorrow. Still warm, but likely not record-breaking or record-tying. Here's a look at your forecast on the water. Seas running 2 feet or less. Winds out of the west at 5 knots. Here's your 7-day forecast, and you can see there those temperatures stay in the 80s through Friday and into the weekend. Slight chance for a shower with a second cold front that's going to come through Sunday, and I think our cooler weather arrives later in the week, or at least later in the 7-day period. Notice that high, though. We go from 84 tomorrow to a high of 67 next Tuesday.
Thank you, Derek. We've got some